Alrighty, got glasses on this time. Just got these bad boys. Paid $400 for them, so hopefully they look good. I think so. Makes me look smarter. In this video, we're talking about, what are we even talking about again? The most important part of the sales process. Any sales process. This is for B2C, where if you're doing one call closes, you're selling to mom and pop in the house, or you're doing B2B sales. I mean, I have all my experience in B2B sales, but I think this is just true with any sale. What is the most important part of the sales process? There are three main parts of the process. There's the discovery phase, which is the first. You've got the presentation, which is the middle, and at the end, you have the close, I suppose. Negotiations and close. I would say broadly those are the three main parts of a sale. So before I go into it, pause the video and tell me what you think down below. Is the discovery the most important, presentation, or the close, A, B, or C? Okay? So, I think the discovery is the most important part of the sale. Why? First of all, you have to know if you can help the person before you actually can close them. If they're an unqualified buyer, you should not be selling them something they don't need. There's a saying, you should be so good you can sell ice to an Eskimo. I understand the sentiment, but an Eskimo does not need ice, so I don't think you should be selling them ice. Maybe you should sell them a heater or something, to stay warm. So from that standpoint, you have to, number one, know if they're a fit. And if they are a fit, you have to have the ammo that you need to sell them. What do I mean by ammo? I mean, people buy people buy for different reasons, but typically it's an emotional trigger, right? People want to either avoid pain or they want pleasure. So you have to figure out what motivates someone to buy. Avoiding pain is the primary driver, and secondary is getting pleasure. There was a presentation by Gong.io, which is a great company, and the guy was talking about how if you call a millionaire up in the middle of the night and you say, hey, if you act right now, you can make $20,000, he'll say, F off, leave me alone. But if you call the same person in the middle of the night and say, hey, act right now and I'll save you from losing $20,000, he'll say, oh, thank you so much. So you have to be able to uncover, what do they want? What is their goal? Where are they now? What's the status quo? And what's stopping them from getting from the status quo to the promised land? What pain are they having? What problem, what challenge are they facing? And can you solve that challenge? What are some potential solutions in their mind? In fact, the perfect discovery, if you can extract all this information, and it's a fit, you should be able to win every sale. You need to number one, set the agenda. Or here's the structure of a good discovery call. This is a bit, and this doesn't have to be exactly in order, and doesn't have to be. It's really different from person to person based on their personality. But you want to, chit chat, small talk. Don't be a robot. Some people will talk to you for an entire hour without even talking about business. Other people will just want to get down to business in the first five seconds of the call. But you want to chit-chat, build some rapport, if you will. Then set the agenda, the purpose of the call, the discovery call. I want to tell you what we do. I want to learn what you do. And at the end of the call, if it makes sense to work together, then we can schedule another time. Great, they agree. Tell them what you do in 1 minute, an elevator pitch. And then ask them what they do. And at this point, they might ask you questions back and forth. This is a whole other conversation about controlling the call, controlling the conversation. But pretty much after that, you want to basically figure out what is their current context, what are their goals, what are their current challenges, what are the solutions to those challenges in their mind, what's the team dynamic like, how many stakeholders are involved in the sale, how important is this to them. Ideally, you want to figure out how much it's costing them or how much it's worth to them. And you also want to know the timing, like when do they want to fix this, by when do they want their desired result, exactly by when. And then you want to just figure out what the next steps are and map that out. If you can do all those things on your initial call, on your initial discovery call, then you are going to have much greater success in sales. You're going to know what they want. You're going to be able to use that to sell to them, the pleasure. You're going to know what's hurting them. You're going to have the pain armed. You're going to be armed with their problem. You're going to know how to solve it. You're going to be able to ask what potential solutions they have in their mind. So if someone says, yeah, I want to make $2 million, but right now I'm not getting enough leads, I go, okay, do you have any plans in place to fix that? They go, yeah, I was thinking about maybe doing some content marketing. Bam. So you know that they want content marketing. So that means you probably shouldn't come back around and try and sell them cold email if they don't want it, you know? So if you have all this information, not to mention they tell you that they say, I want to start in January. Okay, does that mean that you want to sign up in January and start getting leads in February? Or do you want leads in January? Oh no, I want leads by middle of January. Well, that means we have to sign and onboard you by the beginning of January. So if you're crystal clear and you figure out who else should be on the call, what's going, all these dynamics, who's going to be on the call, by when do you want to close, how serious it is to them. If you know all these things, the rest of the sale is pretty easy. Like, you should be able to close if they're a good fit and you have all this information. For the most part, it's going to really increase your close rates. And if you're missing any of this information, it's going to probably kill the deal. You're going to get later in your sales process, and you're going to find out they don't have a budget, or you're going to find out that they don't have a need, or they don't have an urgency to buy, right? And these things are going to kill your deals. So what you really need to do is nail your initial conversation, nail the discovery call. And if you do that, the rest of your sales process will be a breeze. It will be a breeze. And if you don't do it, the rest of your sales process will be a nightmare. And this doesn't have to all be a one call, by the way. If the call runs a little bit long and you don't have enough time to ask all your questions and get everything you need to know, then you can have another call, Depends on the person. Some people are going to be very, very pushy and we just want to get down to business immediately. But most people are nice enough to, chat with you. So I would say the most important part of any sales process, any sales conversation, is the initial discovery phase. You have to know what you're doing, and if you don't, you're going to regret it. I'm almost to the spot where I work out now, so I'm probably going to wrap it up here. But I can tell you firsthand, I've seen a difference in what happens to a sale when you nail the discovery call and later on in the process, it's very easy to sell. And I've also seen what happens when you screw up the discovery call, or when I screwed up the discovery call and the rest of the deal just fell apart. And it's happened to me many times. And it's a hard lesson to learn, but once you know how to run the discovery call, and I'm still always improving for sure, especially when a pushy prospect tries to take control of the call, I need to work on maintaining control. But overall, if you can run a good discovery call, you have the sale, pretty much, if they're a fit. So that's that. By the way, if you want to get on more discovery calls and book yourself solid, you can click the link in the description down below, and you're going to get a document that is literally so valuable. It should not be free, but it's free. It is a step-by-step guide with literally every single step written down, and each step has a 5-minute tutorial video included that you can follow along, or you can pass it off to a virtual assistant who will help you do this for a very cheap price. And what it shows you how to do is generate leads for cold email. So it shows you exactly how to find companies that actually want to work with you. It shows you exactly how to find the decision makers at those companies that want to work with you. It shows you how to find their emails. It shows you how to validate their emails, even if your email tool can't find them or otherwise can't validate them. For example, if you've ever seen a catch-all or accept-all email, I'll show you how to actually validate those, how to guess emails properly very easily, and how to format it all in a way where you're not going to have any bounces. This data that I'm using, this process is the fastest, most efficient way to generate leads for cold email, and it gives you the best results. Like, my campaigns get 80 to 90% open rates, above 20% response rates, 5 to 10% meeting book rates from cold emails. So 100 emails, 10 meetings. You can close 1 in 10. Come on, you just send 100 emails a week. You're gonna close 4 deals a month. It's insane. So click the link down below. You can get that all for free. And let me know what you think. You just put in your email. I'll send the doc over to you, and then you can let me know in the comments or whatever if you have any questions. But that's about it. So have a good 2021, everybody, and rock your sales calls in 2021. Make sure you master the discovery call, and your life will be much better. See you later.